Ability Beyond the Horizon is an organization I founded to go to developing countries and work with people that are already there working with those that are visually impaired to try and bring some research-based practices and theories to those people. So the goal really is to go to these countries and just give the people that are already there doing great work with people that are visually impaired, give them some additional tools and things that they can rely on to do their jobs a little bit better. This summer I brought 2 interns along with me to India, and they were an invaluable resource.
I was just honestly so excited to get the chance to go and teach something that would have long-lasting impact. I got to actually teach people who are visually impaired, and then also to have the incredible opportunity to help create a new O&M instructor.
So the initial plan was to go to India and teach 8 new O&M instructors, and we accomplished that goal, so that's really great. But when we got to India, we found out that there was a lot more information that really could be of use there. There was that textbook knowledge that just wasn't there. There was good hearts and goodwill to do it, but the actual textbook information just wasn't in there.
So even though the outcomes were the same, you know, that the goal of being safe and efficient and traveling is the same here in America as it was in India, the skills that they needed in order to be safe and to be efficient and to be happy were different, because it's a different environment and there are different needs culturally.
It just became this just wealth of opportunity and possibility for really improving the education in that community. We're looking around and finding out that Enable India, the organization we're working with, and then the other few schools that they had represented, it was the first time any of those organizations had ever worked together. They'd never talked to each other before. People had never really pulled together like that before. And so that was another opportunity for us to pull people together and pull these organizations together and do these big group workshops.
We witnessed this coming together of parents, and they said, well, you know, my child's in 5th grade and I've already made all these tactile graphics. And so, yeah, of course you can borrow these, you know, because your son's in kindergarten and he's going to need all of these. And it was this real sense of community.
This school was really good at doing mathematics in Braille, and this one was really great in orientation and mobility. And so now those schools they're working together and sharing knowledge, and the whole community is building up as a result of just pulling these people together. That's all we had to do, was just facilitate that connection.
I remember very distinctly one of the fathers who really hadn't said much throughout the idea of this Yahoo group, and he just was like, well, you know, we can organize this and everybody can catalog what they've got and we can upload it to the internet and you can just submit a request and pull it out. And he was very passionate about it, and I think that's why it's moved forward, because he saw the need, his son needed this, and he saw people he could work with who would still be there once we left. I mean, that was the important thing for us, that this will continue. You know, we didn't just go for a month and say, you know, bye, but it can last. And they're sharing resources, they're sharing ideas for the first time ever. They're working together. We piqued their interest, and they came and they thought, oh, well, I'll go listen to the Americans, and in doing so they realized that they had more to say to each other than we had to say to them. And they began to build that community and to sort of shift the way that they perceived even their own children, these parents, and the way that the expectations they had for their students and for their families. They have the Braille curriculum, the state curriculum is provided, but I knew that here in the U.S. we have lots of Braille opportunities. We're very lucky in that regard. There's programs that provide Braille books to kids free of charge. And so when I came home, I got on the listservs and the networks around here and started telling people that we wanted these books, that we had places for them to go. And we have sent probably over 100 books at this point. In a way, we sort of expedited the evolution of the perception of people who are visually impaired. You know, we went and we were novel and we were interesting and we had something different to say. And so people listened, but really all it did was bring about what was already there. It fostered in these people these skills they already had, they just didn't know where to go. The next step for this to be sustainable and for me to make a real world difference is to expand this out. So next summer, our goal of 2012 is to have 3 placements, 3 locations going. Once we show that that can happen, when 3 different teams can make such a big difference in 3 different communities, then at that point, we're only limited by the amount of resources that we have to make a difference. The future is limitless with this organization. It really has the capacity to just keep growing, you know? You go one summer and you take 2 people who go and in turn go and train 2 more people, and it can be exponential. So if we can get more people going, more resources going that direction,
then the impact that we can have on the people with visual impairments in the world is going to be extreme.
I think the incredible thing about this organization, Ability Beyond the Horizon, is that it creates local capacity to make change, that it isn't dependent on what the Americans say and what they think. We're just the beginning, just the spark that started this conversation that convinced people that they could do it themselves.
To make all this happen, we really need support from other people. Otherwise, it's not going to happen. And you can do that by donating money at our website, www.abilitybeyondthehorizon.org, or time. We need people's help all the time. And if you contact me directly, my contact information is right there on the website. That goes directly to my inbox. We need people for all sorts of activities.
It's incredible to be a part of something like that can affect, thousands of people.
At the end of the day, we're all just here to help people with visual impairments in developing countries. That's why we're doing this. None of us, again, are taking a salary or anything like that. We're just here to help. We have a long way to go, but with your help, we can get there.